late. I think one comes by around 10 in the morning.
And here it is, 12:30. I wish the train would come around. Hey, we're in East Vandergrift, where history was made by a man named Joe Szalanski. We're here with Joe Szalanski Jr., his son.
That was his last entry in the journal. They called that Morning Sun.
Morning Sun.
Morning Sun, PA, yeah.
It's a nickname for a town. How about that? Like the Windy City, it was Morning Sun. Because the sun rises around here, and it's a beautiful scene. The countryside, the trees, the hills, is just so beautiful. It is Americana. Just embodied in one little town.
There's a penny there they got, looks like.
Yep. Look at that.
See, kids are still doing stuff like that today.
That is awesome.
You might have got a picture of you picking up that penny.
Look at that. I haven't seen something like this in a while. Found a penny that somebody put on the tracks. Found me a spike too. Look at that. That's awesome. The train tracks in East Vandergrift, and I found a penny. And you can still kind of make out what was inscribed on it. But that's what they do. They put a penny on the train tracks, like I used to do in Homestead when we lived right by the tracks off of 7th Avenue. This is so awesome. Got me a couple of spikes too. Yeah, I'm like a little kid. I just love it.
I think this is where my father jumped back here a little bit, got off the train and walked into these tracks leading to East Vandergrift. This is East Vandergrift going up here. He would walk along these tracks into East Vandergrift. I remember some of the people who were waiting there remarked that he had paper in his shoes. They remembered that. He did that to keep warm.
So right in that curve right behind you is where you think he...
There's a place up here where the train would slow down enough for him to jump off. This is East Vandergrift here. He would walk home, and there were people waiting for him at the tracks who knew when he was coming home from the postcards he sent.
How far is it from here to East Vandergrift?
Less than a mile.
In 1932, during the Great Depression, Joseph Frank Szalanski was 22 years old. Jobless, he decided to hop on and off trains as a hobo with only 48 cents in his pocket, along with his friend Kelly. Starting in late July, he rode the rails through all 48 states, covering about 14,000 miles. After 4.5 months, Joe headed back home. He risked his life riding the rails. The days were getting cold and snowy. He missed his friends and family, and he reached his goal of visiting all 48 states. He hopped off the train about 1 mile from his hometown, East Vandergrift, Pennsylvania, and walked the rest of the way home. 93 years later, on July 8, 2025, Joseph Dominic Szalanski, Joe's son, meets with Mike Firek, Wali, Jamal, and me on the train tracks where his father ended his hobo travels in East Vandergrift, meeting at the exact spot where Joe hopped off his last train. Wali and Mike, both actors and playwrights, each wrote a play about Joseph Frank Szalanski's travel. Me? I made a documentary about Joe's father too. These 2 plays and documentary are based on Joe's book about his father. Joe's father died when Joe was only 2 months old, and he finally gets to hear his father's words come to life through these plays and film.
I was a hobo, not a bum or a tramp. No ID or logo, no position in the camps. Blankets and newspapers, boxcars my abode. Every day was a caper for these knights of the road.